Why several Mount Pleasant business owners are using their own money to make sure the town comes up with the best way to expand Highway 17.
A first for Charleston's Air Force, the unusual mission for local airmen who will be working in Iraqi prisons.
You may take for granted that your child's school playground is safe, but there's actually a man who makes sure of that. We'll tell you what he looks for and how Charleston County's playgrounds are faring.
Your prime time Fox 24 News at 10 starts now.
Fast-moving storms dumped buckets of rain on the low country this evening. This video is from downtown Charleston just a couple of hours ago. There were a number of reports of cars totally underwater. Some of the streets looked more like rivers. And west of the Ashley, neighbors watched nervously as the floodwaters crept up to their doorsteps. These homes on Playground Road off Highway 61 got more than their fair share of water. High tide is making it so that floodwaters are not receding very quickly, but the rain is over for the night. We'll go straight to Bill Walsh standing by in the Storm Center with a look ahead. When will we dry out, Bill?
Two very bad ingredients coming together, Debbie. We had a very high tide, a moon tide, plus we had heavy rainfall over those areas that normally don't drain that well. Let's take a look at our Fox radar right here across the southeast, and of course right there's a live picture, and you can see most of the heavier rain is gone. But look at the rainfall totals. Look at Mount Pleasant, 1.28 inches, 1.33 over in Goose Creek, 1.62 over Monk's Corner between there and Andrews, 1.35, over an inch and a half of rain up in Georgetown. Much different though back toward Walterboro with very little rainfall. It all just depends on where you happen to be. And as far as the tides go, sure, we had a high tide at about 6:54. The good thing is the tide's on the way out, and we have a low tide coming up, but it's going to take a little time for that stuff to recede. And what we're going to be talking about is mainly a muggy night on the way. So not a lot of rain right now, just some fog when you wake up in the morning. But again, it's taking some time for those tides to go back. And the good news is no more heavy rainfall for tonight. Again, tomorrow, we'll keep an eye to the sky in the evening hours. Again, we'll have another high tide, but we'll kind of keep an eye on it. We're live in the Fox Storm Center. Back to you.
All right, see you in a couple minutes. Thanks, Bill. If you drive through Mount Pleasant, you know something has to be done about the traffic there. Several Mount Pleasant business owners are forking over their own money to try to make sure the town picks the best way to expand Highway 17. Mandy Gaither tells us where their money is going.
Could it run us out of business? Yes. Could it make us move, which is, obviously cost? Yes.
Mount Pleasant frame shop owner Brent Havens knows something has to be done to tame traffic outside his door, but he says putting in large overpasses known as flyovers similar to this one is not the solution, since traffic would be taken away from the street level, making it harder for drivers to get to his business.
You really have to hunt to find someone that is in favor of the flyovers, and then I'm not sure if you find them.
Several business owners are so worried about how the town will expand this highway that they've donated around $200,000 of their own money to pay for a team of experts to come in and come up with new ways to deal with all this traffic. For instance, they'd like to see the Bowman Road intersection that currently looks like this to be transformed into this, with a large roundabout in the center. As for the Houston Northcutt intersection, this is what they have in mind.
The boulevard with roundabouts, with a better pace, with easy access across, etc., engages people into our area.
Town Administrator Mac Burdett says they haven't made a decision yet on which option to use.
My guess is before it's over with, it's probably going to be a combination of solutions.
But Havens wants to make sure they have plenty of solutions to choose from. Mandy Gaither for the News at 10.
Thank you, Mandy. The public will have a chance to give designers their ideas for Highway 17 North and see it sketched out on the spot. It is 9 a.m. on Saturday, August 27th. It will be at the Moultrie Middle School cafeteria. It will be a first for Charleston's Air Force Base. A group of active airmen leaving this week will soon be working with detainees in Iraq for several months. They're part of the 437th Security Forces Squadron. Friday, they'll fly out to Fort Dix, New Jersey for a month of training and then on to Iraq. There, the airmen will work security in prisons. They will also help guard detainees and lead convoy operations. It is the first time Team Charleston will be assisting with detainee operations. It's usually the Army's job. Counting this mission, the Charleston Air Force Base is now at a 45% deployment rate, the highest in Air Mobility Command for security forces. A Parris Island swim instructor charged in the death of a recruit is recommended for a court-martial. Staff Sergeant Nadia Lopez is charged with negligent homicide in the death of Private Jason Tharp. Tharp drowned during training at Parris Island. Earlier this month, the military held its version of a grand jury investigation. The commanding general will now decide what, if anything, happens next. The very first houses in the controversial Poplar Grove subdivision are going up. Construction crews have started framing homes in the Dorchester County neighborhood. 450 houses are planned for the area. That's down from the original plan for 3,500 homes. That was changed to protect the historic Ashley River Plantation District. The homes will cost between $350,000 and $2 million. Charleston County schools go back on Monday, and while teachers are getting their classrooms ready, one man is focusing on the outside. Heather Hamill takes us along for the playground inspections on this assignment education.
And as I'm walking around, I look at all the connectors.
Plus plastic walls, nuts and bolts, and even the pins in the rubber barriers. Joe House is Charleston County's one and only certified playground inspector, making sure all 45 are safe.
This is an area where a piece of panel could get loose and the kid could stick their hand, arm, shoulder, head, whatever in it if it were loose.
One thing that an inspector looks at that you may not even think about is the ground itself. He makes sure that there's enough wood chips and not very much of this, because the more grass there is, it makes the ground harder, and then there's not as much bounce should a child fall. The same goes for the swings. House has to check that sand is piled high and for rusted chains that need to be replaced. But he's not just looking.
Things are sticking out. Loose pieces of equipment, something may have slid down. Anything that I can repair, I do it while I'm going around.
House says for the most part, those are the only kind of problems he found this year. He attributes the good conditions to the district spending more than $1 million on new playground equipment in the last 3 years.
We've got board certified equipment.
But summer heat and kids playing hard can still leave playgrounds worn. However, there's good news.
They'll all be open come Monday.
Heather Hamill for the news at 10.
Joe House says if there are major problems on the playgrounds, he ropes them off, and then in about 90 days he goes back to the school to see if maintenance crews have made the necessary repairs. Berkeley County has put out its list of lower performing schools that students can transfer out of, and this year Dorchester District 2 doesn't have one. We start with Berkeley Elementary Schools on the No Child Left Behind list. They are Devon Forest, H.E. Bonner, Sangaree, Whitesville, Boulder Bluff, and College Park Elementary. Then there's Berkeley Intermediate, Sangaree Intermediate, Cainhoy Elementary and Middle, Berkeley Middle, College Park Middle, and Sedgefield Middle. Cross High School is the only high school on the list. In Dorchester County District 2, officials say all of their schools met the AYP standards, so there will be no transfers. And in District 4, one school, Williams Memorial Elementary, was on the list, but they do not expect any transfers there. Still ahead on the Fox 24 News at 10, Israeli soldiers moving quickly in the Gaza Strip to help settlers pull out. What two methods the soldiers are using to negotiate with those left behind. And a few of the interesting items we use every day that were invented for the space program. What NASA invented that has become a household item. And now a look at your winning Pick 3 numbers 077 and your winning Pick 4 numbers 2669. And the Palmetto Cash numbers tonight are 3, 5, 17, 20, and 37.
On the next Just Shoot Me, a sexy girl sends Finch to the showers.
You didn't get any, did you?
No. So Elliot steps up to the plate.
So I'm gonna do to her what she did to you.
But then he gets to third base.
Saddle up, cowboy. You're going for the ride of your life.
Giddy up.
Tonight at 10:30 on Fox 24.
The Foremans go to heaven.
If you'd only gone to church with your family.
Down you go. That 70s show.
Tonight at 11 on Fox 24.
Get the bottom line now during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on America's most exciting full line, including Nissan Xterra, Titan, and Z. Plus a $199 a month lease for 24 months on the stylish and powerful Nissan Altima. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year. And that's the bottom line.
1 minute more. Riverdog fans are the greatest. They love good baseball and fun promotions. The Joe is beautiful. Charleston is a wonderful town that deserves first-class customer service and sincere community relations. The only problem with the Riverdogs is Beck hogging all the credit.
So, I solved that little problem.
The Riverdogs are home through Friday. Tonight, bring a Yankee night, sponsored by Saab of Charleston, Rick Hendrick Volvo, Mini of Charleston, and Rick Hendrick BMW.
Chevy's proud to have the best-selling full-size SUVs 5 years in a row. Like Tahoe with best-in-class fuel economy. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. With the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Now get an 05 Tahoe LS two-wheel drive with an MSRP of $36,765 for a Chevy employee discount price of $28,273. See your Low Country Chevy dealer.
For a good.
Man, this thing is smunchy.
Smunchy?
Soft, melty, crunchy. It's smunchy.
I'm thinking Craffelty. Crunchy, soft, melty.
No, it's more of a crunchy, chewy, cheesy. Crunch-too-easy.
Nice.
I know. Knuckle me.
Nice. Oh, okay, I'll just...
Taco Bell's Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Warm flatbread covered in 3 melted cheeses, wrapped around a crunchy taco and topped with a zesty pepper jack sauce. It's a textural taste sensation. To get crunchy, chewy, and cheesy, think outside the bun.
What's an Ion?
It's safe. Same crash rating as a Volvo. It's powerful, 140 horses. It's tough. It won't dent. It's roomy. All new interior, new seats with more support, about 150 improvements overall. It's everything I wanted, and it was real easy to buy.
Employee discount for everyone on new 2005 Saturns and on all used cars, now at Saturn of North Charleston. You pay what our employees pay, not a cent more.
Israel's historic withdrawal from Gaza is moving rapidly, and 10 of the 21 Jewish settlements should be cleared by midnight. It's on our Fox World Report tonight. Earlier, troops and police went door to door, appealing to settlers to leave and threatening to move them by force if they have to. Although there were few reports of violence, a Jewish settler in the West Bank grabbed a gun from an Israeli guard and shot 3 Palestinians to death. Palestinians and Israelis are battling over Gaza in the West Bank, where Jewish settlers have staked claims in territory designated for Palestinians. Gaza is a 140-square-mile area of coastal land between Israel and the Mediterranean. Tang and Velcro, 2 products just about everyone knows came from NASA. But some things you use every single day also came from the space program. More than 1,400 of them, actually. Julie Valise tells you about a few you probably didn't even know about.
All steps for man.
Since man first went into space, Americans have been reaping the benefits without even knowing it.
The wonderful thing about zero gravity is it is so foreign to our everyday existence. It really forces us to think in new ways.
It was NASA that developed something called the microaccelerometer in the 70s. It's now used in airbag technology in every car on the road. This cordless power tool was used in space. Black & Decker turned it into this. The Dustbuster, that too came from the space program. Today's washing machines, out of this world. Skiers have goggles that don't fog, eyeglasses have lenses that don't scratch, and moon boot material now helps improve shock absorption and stability in running shoes. On the links, your drive could go farther and straighter because of aircraft-grade titanium golf clubs. Dr. Jerry Leninger spent 132 days on the Mir space station in 1997. He lost 14% bone mass and 35% of his strength level.
At that time, we didn't know much about human physiology and how it would react in space. That was one of the goals of putting people up there.
From his experience, there's a weightless training system that Nautilus turned into the Bowflex Revolution home gym. As for what benefits the world might see next because of space travel, that's between NASA, the stars, and beyond. In Washington, I'm Julie Valise.
And we'll see if we can see any of the stars tonight. Bill Walsh has your forecast. Stay with us.
I like it like that. Carolina's Giants. I like it like that. Stop by here if you like to save. Stop by here, we'll show you the way. Hendrick, I like it like that.
I'm Rick Hendrick, and I like it like that.
Hendrick, I like it like that. Carolina's Giants. I like it like that.
The following program is brought to you by Rick Hendrick Chevrolet.
Demand value.
Free is what you'll get at the S&K Daniel Gray Suit event.
Because when you buy 2 Daniel Gray suits or trios for $350, S&K will give you 2 cotton dress shirts plus 2 silk ties absolutely free.
I like free.
The Charleston Angler, for all the luck you need.
Catch the Charleston Anglers Summer Sale with bargains on men's and women's Columbia, Patagonia, Ex Officio, and Horny Toad Spring and Summer Sportswear. The Charleston Angler, located at 654 St. Andrews Boulevard, 1 mile from the West Ashley Bridge. Or shop online at www.thecharlestonangler.com.
The Charleston Angler, for all the luck you need.
What's wrong?
I don't know, all of a sudden I feel really, really sad. Don't.
Our science teacher, and last year she let us dissect a frog. Cool. I get a rabbit in Let's my go, homeroom. kids. That's so cool. I get a marker, more recess, go on 5.
Ready for school? Good thing Walmart's got all the coolest clothes for back to school at their always low prices. So you can get your kids off to the right start.
Hey! Oh, come on.
Let the professionals at ProCraft Mid-Atlantic install liquid siding on your home and never paint again. Available in hundreds of colors, liquid siding doesn't peel, crack, or fade. It's fire retardant, mildew resistant, and maintenance free. Plus, it comes with a 25-year warranty on labor and materials. This is the same technology used on the space shuttle. For a free estimate, call 1-888-NEVER-PAINT. Mention this ad and get 10% off the total project cost.
Demand value.
At the S&K Daniel Gray Suit event,
You'll get not 1, but 2 Daniel Gray suits or trios for $350. Plus 2 dress shirts and 2 ties absolutely free.
I like free.
You'll like it too.
Checking in with your weather on what was a stormy night in some areas. It's amazing, some people get 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches of rain, where other people don't get much of anything. It all depends on where you happen to be. Heavy rains in downtown Charleston, heavy rains in Mount Pleasant, West Ashley. You see that activity just kind of fire up right in here. Back in portions of Dorchester County, everything's quiet. I'm telling you right now. So it just depends on where you happen to be. Lots of heavier rain across portions of upstate South Carolina. But as we start to look at lightning and data as far as energy, it is subsiding well to our south and west. Again, I can't rule out a couple of showers and thunderstorms overnight. Storm tracker looks like this. A couple of showers back across Orangeburg, also back along the Savannah River. But right now, pretty quiet. I talked to Trooper Bob Beers up there in Dorchester County. Pretty quiet out there. By the way, has a birthday. So happy birthday out there in Dorchester County. Things are pretty quiet out there. But along the coast, a couple of lightning strikes. I talked to a couple of people down on right along Edisto. Sees a lot of lightning offshore and to the south. So again, just depends on where you happen to be at the moment. Taking a look at overnight lows, we're going back into the mid-70s. Some fog here and there across the lake. 76 when you wake up in the morning over North Charleston. A few showers possible overnight. Some low 80s along the beaches. Now, as far as your Thursday, if you're kind of planning ahead to tomorrow, check it out. We will look at the day planner for that, and we'll start off in the morning like we normally do, say 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll be back in the mid-70s, it looks like. About 88, though, by lunchtime. And then by dinner time, a couple of showers and thunderstorms. Still warm, 88 to 90 degrees as we head there. You hear about how warm it was today? About this? Any guesses? 95. The heat index sometimes was about 108, so not expecting that kind of heat for tomorrow. But right now, it's still warm and muggy. 77 in Charleston, 77 over in Columbia. It's 80 up in Charlotte. Wilmington at 78 degrees. At the airport, 77. Calm wind, 94% humidity, and there's our barometer. And here's our future tracker over the next couple of days, really. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning looks pretty wet in some areas, some fog. Not looking for a lot of rain in the morning, but by afternoon, evening, sun hitting again in the afternoon might fire up some of those showers and thunderstorms. And again, as a weak trough continues to sit here to our south, as we move on into Friday. To the tropics, remember Irene? We can say good night, Irene. Now just a tropical storm continuing to pull away. It was downgraded not too long ago during the late afternoon hours. 38.5 north, 56.3 west. Moving off to the northeast at 21, max winds at 70. So really not a factor there. I am watching what was, there goes the track. That's not going to be a big deal. I am watching what was Tropical Depression number 10 might try to regenerate back in here in a pretty vigorous wave down here. Both of those bear watching, but certainly no threats at all. Now, as we check out your forecast. Near 90 for tomorrow, 92 on Friday. Again, some hit and miss splash and dash showers and thunderstorms as we move into the next couple of days and on the muggy side. Debbie?
All right. Up next, we're going to tell you when your favorite high school is going to play at the Sertoma Classic. Plus, the kid they call Frenchie was at it again. Could rookie heroics lead to a Braves win? Well, Craig has the answer next.
I like it like that. Carolina's Giants. I like it like that. Stop by here if you like to sing. Stop by here, we'll show you the way. Hendrick, I like it like that.
I'm Rick Hendrick, and I like it like that.
Hendrick, I like it like that. Carolina's Giants. I like it like that.
Tonight's Fox 24 weather is brought to you by Rick Hendrick Chevrolet.
Looks like the Chrysler Group has done it again. They have their most award-winning and freshest lineup ever. They have 12 vehicles with 5-star frontal crash test ratings. And their vehicles are projected to retain their value better than GM or Ford. You know what's missing?
A great deal.
It's Employee Pricing Plus, our employee discount plus cash allowance on Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge.
It's like you always used to say, Grandpa.
If you can find a better car, buy it.
That's my girl.
Sofa Superstore awesome August clearance. Sofas sold elsewhere up to $900, just $399. One half price. Plush microfiber sofas. Feels like velvet, cleans like Teflon. Now only $399. One half price. Flick-Clack Sofas converts easily to a full-size bed. Your choice, $299. These prices are amazing. Interest-free till September 2006 and express delivery in 1 to 3 days. Only at Sofa Superstore, West Ashley, Mount Pleasant, North Charleston.
食事しましょう。あ、しましょうよ。すごいね。
Lindo.
New LR3 by Land Rover. Accolades from around the world, including 2005 Motor Transport Utility of the Year. Wow. Special lease and finance rates available.
Sure, I'd like a new pair of Nikes.
I'm tired of paying too much for my golf gear. I'm waiting for some new Nikes and some Under Armour.
But I'm waiting.
They're gonna have more of the best names. The choice is good.
If I don't have to keep paying higher prices,
You bet I'm waiting.
then I'll wait.
We're all waiting.
The wait is almost over. The Charleston grand opening of Dick's Sporting Goods is August 20th. A big new store filled with more selection and more guaranteed low prices.
I'm definitely waiting.
Ravaging rain and a clogged gutter can rot your roof boards, damage your foundation, even flood your basement. Get LeafGuard. It's the one and only seamless one-piece covered gutter built to stay clog-free, guaranteed. The top is built into the one-piece construction for optimum water flow every time, every installation. Don't let a clogged gutter destroy your home. Call today and get a LeafGuard gutter, the only gutter that's built to stay clog-free, guaranteed.
Welcome back, everybody. Hey, we know that Steve Spurrier is going to be dealing with some real inexperience on offense as both starting quarterback and running back. They're going to have relatively no college experience. That means he'll need veteran leadership from people like Berkeley's Jabari Levy. The big offensive lineman is now a senior and a preseason All-SEC pick. He started 18 games along that offensive line, and he knows it's now his time to pass on some knowledge.
As veterans, we just giving them motivation and encouragement, because we know what it was like just a few years ago. We came in as freshmen, and we had to step up and play as freshmen.
Jabari, can you believe that you're a senior now?
Oh, man, time just fly by so fast. It's exciting. My last year coming up, just want to give the fans what they deserve.
Give you one other local Gamecock update. Wando's Michael Flint had surgery yesterday on his injured hand. He could miss up to 6 weeks. Speaking of injuries at the pro level, the Panthers not going to have Stephen Davis back anytime soon. Head coach John Fox has said the running back from Spartanburg will not return to the team until at least the third exhibition game. Davis is recovering from knee surgery. The Panthers play the Giants on Saturday in an exhibition game. Hey, at Eagles camp today, Terrell Owens actually returned to practice quietly and without incident. Owens, who was sent home last week after arguing with his head coach, came in early, met with Andy Reid, and then practiced with his Eagles teammates. Didn't talk to many of them, though. Owens is still not happy with his contract, of course. The Eagles, by the way, get this. They play at Baltimore this weekend against the Ravens. Remember Owens? Well, he refused to play for the Ravens last year. Expect some boo birds. Hey, at the high school level tomorrow, the unofficial kickoff of the football season begins with the Muller-Sertoma Classic. In case you're wondering, here's your lineup for the two-day action at West Ashley High School. 6 games both days. It includes on Thursday the opener against Academic Magnet and Lincoln, a big matchup between the Fort and Stratford. Your nightcap on Thursday is West Ashley and Timberland. Day 2 includes Burke against Cross to open things up. The big matchup there might be Berkeley going one-on-one against Wando. The nightcap on Friday is Somerville against Stahl. All right, we swing over to baseball where the Braves' Jeff Francoeur has been up for just 31 games, but the kid from Atlanta is making a serious charge towards a Rookie of the Year award as Frenchie continues to sizzle at the bat and also in the field. All right, we go check out the action. Yeah, there is he's just 21 years old. This kid's got a lot of talent. All right, he's been up for 30 games. He's already got 8 outfield assists. We'll make it 9. Odalis Perez is a pitcher. He doesn't run fast, and he gets gunned out. Frenchie nails the ex-Brave, keeps the score 3-0 Bravos. Tim Hudson was pitching well, and he got plenty of offense. Goodness. Andrew Jones off of Dallas Perez. That one is just going to sneak out of here. His 38th home run of the year. That leads the entire major leagues. Same inning, guess who? Jeff Francoeur. That is a bomb. How you doing? A shot, a 2-run home run for Francoeur, his 10th. The Brave, they go on to a win. Tim Hudson with the victory. The final tonight was 10-2. Hey, the River Dogs going to have to wait until tomorrow to extend their 2-game winning streak. They're rained out tonight at the Joe. They'll play Savannah in a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 6. All right, to college basketball news where the NCAA avoided litigation with the NIT basketball tournaments by simply buying them. The NCAA pays $40 million to purchase the preseason and postseason NIT tournaments. This means the NCAA completely controls postseason basketball. The NCAA president, Miles Brand, says they're going to continue to hold the NIT championship that South Carolina won, of course. It will continue to be held in New York City at Madison Square Garden. The NIT had filed an antitrust suit about 4 years ago. All right, stay with us because we're going to tell you coming up next, there's big crowds expected at that Sertoma Classic, right, tomorrow. You want to avoid the traffic jam? We'll tell you how. Plus, we'll let you know how much it's going to cost for you to go in and see your favorite high school play. Stay with us. We'll be back.
15 years ago, Saturn changed the rules of the car industry.
We promised no haggling,
no hassles, and cars that weren't just easy to buy, but to own.
Today, on every 2006,
we promised the safety of OnStar, standard for 1 year.
We promised the best highway gas mileage of any compact V6 SUV.
And on most models, we promise a lowered price.
The Saturn Total Value Promise.
You'll get more without paying more.
And we'll still give you the Saturn employee discount price on our remaining 2005s.
It's not a promotion, it's a promise.
Riverdog fans are the greatest. They love good baseball and fun promotions. The Joe is beautiful. Charleston is a wonderful town that deserves first-class customer service and sincere community relations. The only problem with the Riverdogs is Beck hogging all the credit.
So, I solved that little problem.
The Riverdogs are home through Friday. Tonight, bring a Yankee night, sponsored by Saab of Charleston, Rick Hendrick Volvo, Mini of Charleston, and Rick Hendrick BMW.
For a limited time, Lincoln Mercury is extending our invitation to pay the same low prices our employees and their families pay. The Lincoln Mercury Family Plan. Through September 6th, you'll get our discounts on every 2005 Lincoln, including Navigator, the mid-size Aviator, the sporty Lincoln LS, and Town Car. Now drive the 2005 Navigator for a family plan price as low as $42,133. No hassles, no gimmicks. From the Lincoln Mercury family to the American family. Welcome.
When you look at a wrecked car, it doesn't seem like such a big deal. But if it happens to you, you better think again. There's medical bills, and lost wages, and pain and suffering.
That's a big deal. I'm Attorney Bill Green. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and work to keep you out of the courtroom. Hurt, call someone who thinks big. And we'll work to make your problems small.
Call Bill Green when you collide. Call 747-2455.
At most restaurants, shrimp comes with a lemon wedge. At Ruby Tuesday, it comes with a half pound of beef. The new Surf and Turf Burger, one of 30 famous burgers. Only at Ruby Tuesday. So good, it's guaranteed. At Ruby Tuesday, we've got a burger that comes from the sea, but tastes like it came from heaven. The Jimmy Jack's Crab Cake Burger, one of 30 famous burgers. Only at Ruby Tuesday. So good, it's guaranteed.
It's the unofficial kickoff to the high school football season. Mike Hughes has advice on how to avoid the crowds at the Muller-Sertoma Classic.
Just one more day until thousands converge at West Ashley High School here for the 35th annual Sertoma Football Classic, and to avoid the traffic nightmare that many people, thousands of people experienced last year, there will be 3 satellite parking lots that will be established. After parking is filled up here at West Ashley High School, people can park at either the Home Depot on Glen McConnell Parkway, Roper St. Francis Hospital across the street, or the West Ashley Park. The parking lot opens up here at West Ashley High School at 4:30 p.m. The stadium gates open at 6 o'clock p.m. and the games for both tomorrow and Friday begins at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $10. Close to 25,000 people are expected to attend. In West Ashley, Mike Hughes, Live 5 News.
And that's our news. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Next up is number